how awful.
Now, is that Tom's Diner or is it Pain by King Princess?
I think you were singing Pain by King Princess.
Correct!
Hey!
I had no idea.
Because Tom's Diner would have been
That song is a bop.
I am what something? I don't know the words.
Oh well. Hi!
Hello!
Welcome to How Awful!
Woo-hoo.
We have a friend.
We have a
Hey,
friend.
it's me.
That's my sister from another sister.
Both my sisters.
So I'm Tanya Lee.
I'm B.
And I'm Kristyn.
Yeah.
Hi, Kristyn.
Hello.
Welcome.
We
Thank
told
you.
you a little bit about her already. This is my sister-in-law. She is COVID-friendly visiting.
Yes.
Very
All the masks,
sanitized, very masked. Like I said previously for all the judgers, she lives in Michigan, already in isolation. She's fine.
Yeah, like super.
Yeah.
In the woods. Not around the people.
Not around the people.
Nope.
Super creepy.
Sometimes.
Is it ever creepy?
Yeah, sometimes.
I
mean,
can imagine.
woods
like,
are just like,
yeah,
it's like 4 acres of woods behind the house, so it's...
it is. When you look in their backyard, you have like what, like 20 feet, and then you got woods.
Yeah. Lots.
At night, is it looking at it, or are you like, there's murders, there's bodies?
Sometimes, because I mean, it's not just our woods. Like we
True.
back up to another house, and then there's
Oh.
like state land on the, I don't know, one of the sides. There's state, so it's just woods and woods and woods.
Oh, gosh.
So it's not just ours. So.
And you guys have like gone through them. You've like
Oh
walked
yeah.
through
Well, I
them.
mean, as far as we can, property
Yeah, true.
lines and all that.
I have an assistant in my lap. This is an HR issue.
Izzy.
It's fine.
It's alright. Mush is trying to climb the table that we are recording on.
Yes. I want Moosh to come here.
Kristyn, you feel so
know.
far.
I know. Hello down there.
I know. She's at the other end of our 7-foot table. This is our guest setup, always at the other end of our 7-foot table. It's been what our last guest was Mama Rose
Yeah.
and her
Aw.
podcast voice.
Yes.
She's a devout listener. She told me that I had to tell her all about this before Monday, though. She couldn't wait until this came out.
Oh.
She has to
Oh.
know because, if this is the first episode you're listening to, Kristyn is going to read our tarot cards.
Yes.
So this is my first time. Your first time, right?
This is my first time I am a tarot virgin.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of that as well because I've literally just started.
She's just started. She's
Just
learning,
started.
but she read my mom, and my mom's tarot fortune, I guess, said that she was definitely going to end up in California. Literally, all of the cards were like, "You're going to start a new journey.
Yep.
Let go of your past.
Yep.
Don't let people get in your way."
Mhm.
Like, yeah,
It was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
She was like, "Oh my god, I have goosebumps on the back of my neck."
yeah. 'Cause she wanted clarification that she was going to end up here.
She probably wanted validation.
She did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
Just to
think-
know. Yeah.
Do you think that tarot has a lot to do with that? Like people wanting validation for their
Oh,
decisions?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all. I mean, even in the book, I just actually kind of finished it today. But
What's
I
the
mean,
book?
the book is. This is specific to this deck. It's the Wildwood Tarot.
Okay.
So they're not all going to be the same, and
Oh,
this
okay.
one's a little different. Even the cards are different. I realized today actually that the Guardian card is the death card in most other decks.
Oh,
Oh,
snap.
Not like it's not, and it's not like a bad card.
yeah.
It says death
It
on
can-
it, so everyone's like, oh, God.
Right. It can mean a ton of different. It can mean like death to your current life as you start a new life.
Yeah.
Right.
End of a job.
Lots
can mean
of
a ton
things.
of different things.
It's beautiful, and so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not like telling you someone's going to die, or
No.
that you're
Yeah.
going to die, or anything like that.
not like the movies make it look
No.
like.
Right.
And you actually taught me that tarot cards are meant to be gifted
Yes.
to the receiver.
I mean,
didn't
I've
know
heard that they don't technically have to be, but
it means more
it
when
means
they're gifted.
more. Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too. I thought it was
Yeah.
really cool. My cousin Laura got me this set. She
I
sent
love
it
that.
to me.
I love like beautiful traditions like that too.
Yeah.
Like little things like not just traditions, but like, stupid things like look me in the eyes when you cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Or
know
else
that
it's
one.
7 years
We
of
learned
bad
that one in
sex.
Tennessee, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's like I think Japanese culture, you can't pour your own sake. Somebody
Really?
else has
Yeah.
to pour the sake
Oh,
for
I didn't know
you.
that.
And she's big on that. She has to pour the other person's sake, and someone
Yeah.
has to pour
That's
hers. If it's
cool.
just me and her, I have to pour her sake
Yeah.
every time.
Me and my friends go to
And I don't
sushi a
drink
lot.
it.
Yeah, we go to sushi a lot in
Yeah.
Toluca Lake, and every time we go, it's like whenever someone's low, they just like look at you like, "Hello, please pour my sake."
You're not allowed to ask?
You can ask.
Oh, okay.
But it, people are polite. So
Right.
hit me up.
I think it's also just a big, it's big in witchcraft in general. Where, with grimoires, it's big to pass on a grimoire and then...
What's a grimoire?
A grimoire is, for those 90s kids, like a book of shadows. It's their spell book.
Oh.
So say, a mother was to write their spell book.
Hello, Moosh.
Hi, Moosh. A mother was to write their spell book and pass it down to their daughter.
He's just checking on things, making sure everything's running correctly. He's actually doing his job for once.
Oh, good. Traditionally, when the mother dies, though, the daughter is supposed to burn the book. It's supposed to die with the witch that wrote it.
Oh.
Technically.
Shit.
But a lot of
I'm
times... But a lot of times they don't.
I have no idea.
Right.
I'm not
a lot of times they keep them.
Good practicing, which I practice things.
Right.
Not all of the things. Eventually it'll be all of the things.
All of the things.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. We've had a little bit of a witchy week. We went to my favorite witch store.
It's really
which,
awesome.
plug for that if
Yeah.
you're a Los Angeles...
Local?
If you're a local. This is in Silver Lake. It's called Spellbound Sky. It is crystals, candles, sage, Palo Santo sticks, tarot cards, basically anything you could possibly need. And it's ran by men of color and they're LGBTQ, and it's wonderful.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, Kristyn
I didn't want to leave. I was like, I'm just going to move in right here.
I know.
Just
They
set
sell
up a bed over
crystals,
there.
yeah?
They sell
Yes.
crystals. It's mostly crystals, but they also sell candles that are meant for certain things. So we got Kristyn a negativity candle to expel any negativity from her life.
Gotta get it out.
We got her a self-love and healing candle, and we got my mom a prosperity candle. I am very big on the negativity candle because I used it during quarantine when I was desperate and reaching a very bad point financially, and it burned for the entire time I was applying and interviewing for my current job, and it went out right before, literally in the hour I was hired at this job. So,
It's so crazy.
and one of my intentions was to, get rid of this hard state I was in,
Yeah.
and it did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still in a hard state, but it's not as dire as it would have been.
But at least you're afloat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It would have been couldn't live here, had to move home dire, and that saved me. And I do believe that candle had a part in it.
You're on a
Magic.
raft,
Woohoo.
not a speedboat.
Exactly. Thank you. Very good.
That's a good one.
Very, very good. And we got a bunch of crystals that are good. So I'm interested.
And we got to cleanse them.
We did,
in the
because
full
it's been a full moon. So we went and we got salt water from the actual ocean
It was so cool.
and cleansed them and laid them out to be charged in the full moon. What else did we do this week, guys?
I was literally gonna say we should tell everybody about what we did on Sunday night,
Yeah.
which would be a week from when you guys listen.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I had such a blast.
So I wanted to curate because there's no good ghost murder tour. There used to be Dearly Departed. It was okay. Dearly Departed is now closed permanently. So I curated a ghost murder celeb death tour and dubbed it the, How Awful trial run.
The beta tour.
And just brought along our little quarantine pod, which we've talked about is just me, Tanya, our friend Jamie, and Kristyn. And we went to so many different places. Places we've been before, like where Janis Joplin died and the hotel she died at.
Roosevelt.
The Roosevelt that's said to be
My first time
haunted.
for all of them.
Yes.
I know. Yeah,
It was so
Kristen's
cool.
never been to California.
No,
so this
first-
was a sightseeing trip as well.
Yes.
I think the most insane place that we went was the Los Feliz murder house.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well,
I watched the
let's-
video that I took on that, and everyone's just like, no, oh my god, no, I'm gonna throw up. No, this is awful.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I've
So-
talked about being an empath / mild clairvoyant. Kristyn also, I think, would identify as the same. Tanya and our friend Jamie, no.
No, we're just goofballs.
They're just goofballs.
I'm
And
more on the goofy side of that, though,
Yeah.
because I was all about, I was like, let's get out of the car, let's go,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
and both Tanya and Jamie felt horrible pulling up to this house.
Yeah.
So it's this lovely hillside neighborhood in Los Feliz. And then you turn a corner. And at the top of this hill, looking down over this neighborhood, is this insanely ominous, evil feeling, terrible abandoned house. And I mean, it's been abandoned for 60 plus years.
It's even got barbed wire.
It's
on the
got
fence.
barbed wire to keep people
creepy.
out. It's at the top of a hill overlooking this neighborhood. And it has the worst feelings. I wanted to throw up. I wanted to run away. I wanted to scream. And I've talked about it a little bit with Jamie since, because I haven't been able to put a finger on how I felt until I've kind of been separated from it. Because that house stayed with me when we got home.
Right.
And I've had a history of horrible places staying with me. Long story short for this house, maybe we'll cover it in more depth later. A young girl woke up with a splitting headache to her father standing over her with a ball-peen hammer. He had hit her in the head with the hammer. She tried to fight him off, managed to get away from him, ran screaming to the neighbors, woke up her two younger siblings, who the dad told, "You're just having a nightmare." Luckily, they didn't believe him. They ran to the neighbors as well. When the police finally got there, the mother was found in her bed, bludgeoned to death, absolutely blood-soaked, unrecognizable, and the father was in another bed, overdosed on barbiturates with a bloody ball-peen hammer laying next to him. It doesn't sound like the worst story in the world. It's still pretty bad.
What? It's awful.
It's awful, but like...
Sounds pretty bad.
In terms of like how... I mean, we went to the Sharon Tate murder house.
Right,
we went
yeah.
to
That's
the
true.
La Bianca murder house. In terms of that, this is nothing in comparison.
Sure, yeah.
But the feeling of this house was so much worse. And
It's also very eerie looking.
it's horrible
Yeah.
looking. Somebody bought it after the murders, started to renovate it, abandoned it halfway through.
So now it's just extra creepy.
And now it's just been left there. And I think it's because nobody is supposed to live there. When we pulled up there, the feeling I got was pure evil and like we needed to get the hell out of there as fast as we could. And I don't have a flight response to things like that. I typically want to
Yeah.
investigate it.
Us ding-dongs got out of the car.
They got out of
Yeah.
the car, which
I was
made
like,
me
let's
feel like
go.
I had to get out of the car.
Oh, you totally didn't have to.
No.
I didn't want to sit in the car by myself.
Well, I could see that.
And
I get
then
that.
we came home and that the pressure in my head and the tingly limbs just wasn't going away. I had Kristyn sage me. I felt better in terms of like the pressure in my head. But then when I went to go to bed and do like my disconnecting visualizations, which I've been told by a psychic medium to picture myself tied to the place that's trying to stick with me
Yeah.
and then picture myself cutting that rope, it was not letting me. It was like I was being blocked from being able to disconnect from that house. And I've tried to explain it. It's not like I'm being haunted. It's not like it was in Chicago,
Sure.
where something came home with me and terrorized me. I didn't feel like anything was in my room. I don't feel like anything's in the apartment.
I don't either.
I didn't feel like anything came home with me. It was more like the house. And now I feel like I have to go back to the house. Like when we were there, I felt like I had to get away from it.
Right.
And now I feel like I have to go back to it. Like something there needs to be heard. And I know nobody heard any screaming, but I felt screaming while we
Oh,
were there.
did you?
Yeah.
Creepy.
Oh, man.
And I had this feeling like the houses on that block feel it too, or they hear it too. And there's just this house feels like a bully.
Yeah.
Like it feels like it left a handprint on me and not necessarily like something came home with me, but more like something held on to me.
Right.
So I'm going to go back when my brother comes because my brother has very grounding energy with me.
Yeah,
He's
I was gonna say he's a good person to go back there with.
Yeah, he's able to protect me when I need to be protected and just see if I feel like something was trying to say something. I don't know. But the feeling I got was not from the family. I don't get the feeling like the father wanted to do that. I got the feeling like the house made him do it.
Ooh, creepy.
Like it's like possessed or something.
I don't know if the house is built on something.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was something in the house that had something attached to it. I don't know. And I'm not claiming that I do know.
Sure.
I just know that there's something incredibly wrong with that house. There's something still incredibly wrong with that house. And I'm going to go back and I'll tell you more about it.
Wee!
I can't wait for that.
But I wasn't having fun. I didn't
You'll
sleep.
text
I
me the
didn't
whole
sleep
time?
at all that night. Because
Yeah.
every time I closed my eyes, I pictured the house.
Oh,
And in the past, when I've been haunted, I picture the person
Right.
and like things about their life. This wasn't that. I pictured the house.
Yeah, we posted a picture of it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if how many of you guys follow our Instagram, but you should because we post cool things like that on our stories sometimes and not on the posts. So you got to be a follower to see the stories.
Yep.
Heyo, How Awful Podcast.
Anyway, so we like to start off with a little bit of a story before we get into the tarot cards. So I know a little bit of the backstory was Kristyn grew up in a house that was very haunted with her 2 brothers and her mother. Mm-hmm. And I know you were talking with your brothers this week about the goings on.
Do you remember all this?
Yeah.
Because I need stuff I forgot.
So what was it? I know you told me that you saw him a few times. So
I did. And it was weird because I lived in this house twice.
Mm-hmm.
We lived there when my parents were still married, and then my mom and my little brother moved in after they divorced. So none of this was happening until the second time we lived there. But the people who lived there before, so it was my grandpa's house that he left for my mom. So he had people living there when we weren't there.
Okay.
And they had left up, like, just, one of those little above-ground pools and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And me and the neighbor girl that I grew up with, we figure skated for a time.
This is my favorite fun fact about Kristyn I learned this week.
Yeah, that you
I did
figure
not know
skated.
this.
I
Oh,
knew.
you didn't know that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like your little body type, you're very little, you're very petite,
Yeah.
you're very figure skatery body.
But my personality
But
is
she's
not,
metal.
Yes.
Yes.
She's hardcore.
Well, I mean,
Badass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. But yeah, so the neighbor girl and I were just like skating around on the pool, practicing, We had our little routines and stuff. And then, so you could see the garage, the back of the garage from there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a door that used to be there. It wasn't there anymore. And we could just see like this. It looked like someone was in there smoking a cigarette. You could see like the cherry get bright and then dim, when they're puffing on it and everything. So
Yeah, I
we're
love
like,
it. 'Cause
oh my
Tanya doesn't know
God.
any of this.
I don't know
This is great.
any of this. Is all news.
Man. So yeah, we go
Yucky.
and we're just like, what the hell is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were probably 13, I think, 13, 14 years old maybe.
I love this because there's a second witness. So it's like,
Yeah.
There's
Tons of
4.
witnesses. Yeah.
Right.
Well, 5. at
right,
least.
but like together at the same time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was
And
you and
this-
your friend.
Yes.
Because like for me, like that's what happened with me and my mom. If you ever listen to the first episode of our podcast, I talk about it. But me and my mom were together, so it validates what I saw and what she saw. So I love when this happens.
Oh, I do
it
too.
Kind of validates it way more.
So we like get off the pool and we're walking over there and we're all freaked out. We were teenage girls, so we're like, but we walk into the door. So when you walk in the door, it's like that back corner.
Mm-hmm.
So then that opposite corner in the front, we could see like this, like, I don't know, it sounds so just cliche or whatever, but just like this greenish white glowing, like, dude.
That's how my ghost appeared too.
Yeah.
It was like a greeny, like I don't know if it was green, but it was like maybe like more of a bluish haze.
Yeah, it was.
But it's like a color. It's kind of like the cliche version of what you think a ghost would look like.
Right.
It's so weird.
And he was just like sitting, like just sitting there, and he's like his knees were up, and he was smoking a cigarette, and he was holding a 40 in a bag. Yeah.
So he's a real winner.
Yeah. Super guy.
Whoa.
Super guy.
Wait, where was this one?
This was in Joliet.
Oh, that's where
In
you grew
Ridgewood.
up?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right, and no, not Joliet.
Yes,
Joliet.
please
You
don't
would get
call it
fined
Joliet.
at Joliet.
Yeah, did you know, weird, stupid fact, there used to be a law that if you got caught calling it Joliet, they would fine you $5.
Yeah,
You'd get a $5 ticket.
She literally just said it on the last episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I
haven't listened to the last one yet.
No, it's
No,
okay.
it's fine. It's so funny.
And I called out Rachel because I was like, my cousin would
did she
have
say
been
it?
fined. She says Joliet.
No,
I'm like, I'm gonna punch
like,
you.
please don't say that.
I think
Joliet. Where do you see that?
No, I think that's the Chicago accent.
Joliet?
Joliet, where we like
Joliet,
Batman,
yeah.
like our
Batman.
Yeah.
sound.
But it's like, it's Joliet.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
looks like Joliet.
It
It's Joliet.
is.
I never thought to call it Joliet, but Rachel would always throw me off. So I was like, is it Joliet?
Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in a little area, Ridgewood in Joliet on the east side.
Joliet's like super haunted.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
just so much bad shit
For
that's
sure.
going
The
down there.
Rialto's haunted. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God. There's so many places.
The Rialto is actually one of the first places I had like I call it my spidey senses. Because I went with Mom to see Johnny Lang. He's like this blues singer. And I was nauseous and lightheaded. And there was parts of that theater I did not want to go in. Where the bathrooms are, it was like the upper deck in the lobby. I did not want to go up there at all. And then I felt fine when we left.
I've only been there once, and it was for a prom. Not mine, somebody else's. But,
They had prom at the Rialto?
Yeah.
That's cool.
but we didn't stay long. We were just like, it was like me and my date, and then his friend and their date.
Yeah.
And we were just not really about it at all.
No.
And I didn't know any of them because I was going with an older dude.
Right.
And so we just left and we went and hung out in Pilcher Park in Ridgewood in Joliet, which is also crazy haunted.
Yeah, I mean, Statesville haunted.
Oh, for sure.
The prison, not
Absolutely.
the fake prison.
Yeah. No, the for real one.
What
original for real one.
What was it that your brothers experienced with this guy?
We all started like trying to figure out, because we were all super into that.
Mm-hmm.
So
She has her older brother Jeremy, her younger brother Danny.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up Jeremy, I believe, in your mom's episode when talking about the house that Kristyn.
Yeah, because he was there.
Yeah,
well, Dan was there too, but I think Jeremy did.
Jeremy's the one that like taught. I think he's the one that like took part in. I don't know if it was a
like
seance
Dan and
or
I did
Ouija
our
or
own like
whatever.
little thing. But Jeremy was the one, that was really doing all the stuff, and
stuff
he
up.
saw. Yeah, it was Jeremy.
Yeah, I didn't. I forgot about that part.
He saw your grandma in the basement too.
Jeremy claimed to have seen our grandma in the basement, and he hadn't ever met her.
You
never
guys
met her.
talked about that.
Yeah.
In the basement, seeing my grandma?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, in that episode?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I remember most about it.
Oh, okay.
Was he came upstairs and described her.
Oh, right.
That's
Mom
right.
did talk about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Shows my short-term memory. Okay.
So we had started,
I edited
we had
it,
a Ouija board and everything, so we had started trying to, figure out who this guy was, you know? And we'd actually, contacted him through the Ouija board, and we found out his name was William. Dan was the one who remembered the most. I just remembered that his name was William, and I used to see him in the garage all the time.
Right.
But when I asked Dan about it, he said that supposedly he worked for the devil.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he told us. He says he was definitely evil, whoever this William person is. And there was this guy that lived across the street from us. We lived on a corner, so there was a lot of across the street. So the one guy who lived across the street from us had been there even the first time we lived there.
My eyes are watering.
He died there and everything. I mean, his name was Pearl.
Uh-huh.
Pearl? Oh.
What'd you say? Pearl? No. Pearl.
Well, I mean, if you were to see the guy, you would want to vomit.
Pearl.
It's,
That's a lovely name.
Ridgewood's full of drugs and things, and you can tell by looking at that man.
Okay.
According to William, it was Pearl's father who murdered him.
Oh.
He didn't say how or anything, I don't think. I don't remember any of that.
So Pearl's in addition to William.
Yes, Pearl was yeah.
William is not Pearl's father. Pearl's father is who murdered William?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I know.
Got it.
When Dan first told me that, I was like, wait, oh,
Yeah, you
okay,
got it.
yeah. And he's like, no. It's Pearl's father who murdered William in the house.
Got it.
Oh my God.
He had said that he remembered doing the Ouija board and saw William sitting next to him looking homeless.
Okay.
Which, I mean, in the garage looked pretty homeless to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's how
Right.
I almost described him when I was like, he was just kind of sitting there. I thought to myself, I was like a homeless guy just sitting up against
Yeah.
a wall or something.
Yeah.
Dan even says that he looked very green
Mm-hmm.
and that he had generated into this green floaty orb in the doorway.
Whoa.
Yeah. Super creepy.
In the doorway is awful.
Yeah, and that
gotta go
was even
through
just
that?
in the garage because he
You
didn't
can't
just
leave.
stay in the garage. He was in the house as well.
Yeah. Tanya hates these facts.
And it's a super tiny house, so it's not like you could just go into the other room and not see it anymore because it was all just basically one giant room
right.
with one bedroom in there.
You know what really freaks me out about this stuff is because, when we're talking about paranormal stories,
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, spooky. But when we're talking to somebody
who has experienced it.
who has an actual experience, that's when it really messes with my head because that's when I'm totally wigged out because I'm I can totally imagine this happening and now it's more real than just reading a story I found on the internet.
I mean, did you get to our Joey episode?
Yes.
We're talking about what happened in the apartment.
It was the one before the one I'm currently on.
She didn't know all the stuff.
I remember you saying, she doesn't know any about this.
I kept it from her, and she was. You said you had a hard time sleeping for a few days because of that. I felt bad.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit more, which might, freak you out a little bit.
Thanks for the warning.
Okay, so when he saw him generate into the green floating orb in the doorway, oh, it was to the garage. I messed that up. That he just dropped straight to the ground.
Who?
I think he means
Your brother.
Oh, he went through the ground.
I think he could have been talking about himself, but
Yeah.
I think he would have clarified that. But maybe
William
I should have
did.
clarified that for him. Yeah,
William.
That's how he
the
exited.
orb was there and then
To
it
the
was
ground.
whoosh,
Which-
gone.
Which it kind of gives validation to he works for the devil.
Right,
He goes down.
Yeah, right. He would also take things and hide them.
I've heard that.
Right.
Yeah.
That happens, yeah.
Well, like I had texted Jeremy, my older brother, first and asked him, and basically what he remembered was almost all the same things. But he was like, I just remember he used to take my shit all the time. He's like, he took my socks hat, and it was missing for 6 months. And my mom found it under her bed.
Yeah.
6 months later.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of that socks hat. He was really mad.
Under the bed.
Under the bed.
Ugh,
Which was like super weird because just the way things were set up, like she had so much stuff under there and like.
Yeah.
It's
So,
just
like,
weird that's where it would have ended up.
Can you imagine it floating through a house and then going under the bed?
Well, and I don't know what happens because I don't know if I told you about the whatever was in the Howard house did things, moved things around. Wouldn't necessarily hide them, would put them in places where they knew we would find it. Like when I was living there by myself and my mom came to stay, it literally put a picture of her mom under her pillow.
Oh my God.
Because she was getting in bed and she went, well, did you do this? And I was like, did I do what? She goes, get in here. In her Rosemarie Macrila's voice. And I go in there and she lifts up her pillow and there's a picture of her mom. It's like that picture of her mom when she's 15 and it's like her glamour shot basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, Mom, that's like, I keep that picture of her. It was a loose picture. It wasn't in a frame and I kept it in like a book in my room.
Yuck.
And she's like, this isn't funny. And I was like, no, it's not funny, but I didn't do it. She thinks Angela did it. But I'm like, Angela didn't know where that picture was.
I don't think.
Would she do something like that?
No.
I can't
She
picture Angela
would,
doing
but
that.
not that.
I wouldn't
because-
think to your mom.
No, not to my mom. She'd do it to me. But no, I don't know. I mean, it was like I played hide and seek with that thing. So like I would hide something Angela would hide something and then it would lead me to it right away. We did that all the time.
Oh.
To like test my abilities.
Yeah.
Angela would like, we did
I
it
think
with
I remember you
Bible, we
telling me
did it
this
with a
before.
picture. Yeah. I would go in a different room, she'd hide it. And then I would just stand there for a minute and then go straight to it every time. Every
That's so
time.
crazy.
Never missed it. Never had to search for it. Every time. Straight to where it was. So this thing, I don't know. It knew how to play hide. Maybe we taught it how to play hide and seek. Maybe it was playing hide and seek that time. Like, oh, I want to play our game.
Yeah. Oh. That's
But
kind of pure.
Yeah.
maybe. I never got a bad feeling from it. Like I said, I think it was attached to like something, like an artifact in our house.
Yeah.
Because when I saw her in the window, she looked like, I think it was my mom's grandma. Because we had a picture of her on the wall on my side of the house. And when I explained how she looked to my mom, she brought me over there and she's like this? I was like, yeah, exactly like that. So I don't know if Mom, she keeps all that stuff. She had all that stuff from Malmay for forever. She had her whole bedroom set for forever.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Malmay was the seance lady. And I hated sleeping in that room.
I don't know why I feel like
felt
that's
right.
news to me, but it shouldn't be.
That all that furniture was, or that she
That
was
she's
the
a
seance
seance
lady?
lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I know.
yeah. People
think I'm
would
just
pay
having a
her to be
brain
the
fart.
seance lady. She's like the OG witch in our family.
Yeah.
She would do seances. In Mom's episode, she talks about it.
Okay,
You haven't
so
got
yeah.
to Mom's episode yet.
Yeah.
Or you have.
Her first, the Grandmaster Rose?
Oh, yeah.
I like skipped ahead so I could listen to that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she talks about it, how like
I've caught up to that one, I think.
her grandma saw like people coming through the walls when my mom was pregnant with me, and that's why my mom thinks I have abilities.
It could be, though.
It could be. I don't know if that's why, but I don't know. But my grandma was claiming to see they were just all coming. They were all coming through the walls. She could see them coming through the
because
walls.
wasn't she saying something to Dad about it, and he was like,
You're crazy.
Yeah.
She's a crazy old lady,
Yes.
is basically. Dad didn't believe any of that stuff, which I find funny because now Dad shows himself.
right.
Mom said, today's my mom and Dad's anniversary,
Yeah.
and she texts me that her alarm in her house went off for no
She
reason.
told me too. She was like, I think he's here.
Yeah, she was like, I
"Of
think it's
course
your
he is."
dad saying, like, I'm still here protecting you. I set off, like, because he set off the house alarm.
Yep.
Aw.
And it's their anniversary today, and that
That's
never
not
happens.
freaky at all, though.
Doesn't scare
Your
her.
butt
No,
the
it made
alarm
her-
At
going
first,
off?
she goes, at first, it scared,
Yeah,
totally scared me. She's like, but then I realized what was happening.
because it wasn't set. She had
Aw.
turned it off when she woke up, but it went off, even though it was off.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
she thinks it was him being like, I'm still protecting you.
Happy anniversary, baby.
Happy anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, very loudly.
Yeah,
Yes,
very loudly.
very
I mean,
loudly.
anniversary is always one of the hardest days for her. It's worse than the birthday. It's almost worse than his death
No,
day.
I'm glad Nadia's there.
So
with her.
yeah, so I think that happening she said she felt good today. That that she was okay. And I told her, I was like, you should have dinner with Nadia and like talk about him.
Yeah.
Remember him. And she didn't want to do that because she said it makes Nadia upset. But I love that
Nadia's still like, I mean,
she remembers him and she was very young.
Yeah. She was 6. Yeah.
But I think the thing that's so fascinating about Nadia, I think he's with her all the time because Nate told me that she'll sit down at the piano and start playing something she remembers that he'd play.
Yeah.
And she knows it by heart. No, nothing.
Oh my God.
And she loves playing on that thing too.
And Nate said he was sitting upstairs and he heard her playing something he used to play and he came downstairs and she was just crying. Sitting there like playing the piano crying. Like he was just playing through her.
I got goosebumps all over my body. Ugh. Whoa.
I think she's going to have...
You never told me that. That's crazy.
No, yeah, I know.
No, she says she talks to him all the time, that he comes and sits with her.
Yeah. That's why we got her the crystal that's supposed to connect her with her past ancestors so she can get a little bit more connected.
Wild.
Big Daddy.
Yep.
That's
Big Daddy.
That's what he went... Oh, my God. When Kristyn was pregnant with my niece... And they were like, what do you want to be called? You know, my mom at first was like, I want to be called Grandma Rosie. Because that's what she called her grandma. Luckily, she changed it to Nana. Because what baby can say Grandma Rosie?
Yeah.
And my dad...
Would have been cute, though. Grandma Rosie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, bless his freaking heart, I want to be called Big Daddy. And Nate was like, no.
Yeah, there was a lot of, I don't think so.
No. I'm not.
Even Mom was like, no.
No.
Not going to happen.
He thought it was so cute.
It totally happened, though.
And it was cute.
It was adorable.
But out of context, it's creepy.
Yeah. Yep. It could definitely come off all wrong.
Big Dad. It's very Southern.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, he was Big Daddy. Never Grandpa, never Papa, nothing. He was Big Daddy.
Yeah.
He was Grandpa Mitch for a little bit. Like, for school
in the
stuff.
beginning, he was Grandpa Mitch. Yeah, because I'm not going to call him Big Daddy in front of my teacher.
Yeah. Or have a teacher come to me and be like, no, Big Daddy coming to the... No. Oh, God.
No. Horrible. Sorry. Was there more to your story?
Let me see. I know that there was, so he would take stuff and...
Yeah.
Well, he took Jeremy's hat. 6 months.
Yeah. That's where we left off. The socks hat. And then, that freaked me out.
He would just randomly, like, if you were looking for something, he would just take it and hide it. And then, of course, the second you're done, he would just put it back.
I have so many
right where it was.
After you're done.
And then Dan also said that he brings up, like, a whole other spirit that I completely forgot about until he said it. Because he was like, I'd like to think that that William was the one hiding stuff.
Right.
But he said it could also have been Nick. Another spirit. There was another one that was there that wasn't, I think he was a kid. He doesn't. I mean, I like vaguely remember the Nick because I after I read what he had texted me back, I was like, oh yeah, God, there was another one, but there wasn't as much interaction with that one. I don't think so.
Okay,
totally left my brain.
He was a kid, so he was probably a little bit intimidated by the William. He
said that William liked to rattle bags and walk down the driveway, creating shadows when no one was there. He's like, not to mention all the noises and the strange lights seen and heard. It was weird.
Tanya's turning a little purple.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, no. I told him, I was like, oh my God, you should be on the podcast. You remember the most out of all of us.
I know. When she got the text message from, she's like, Dan's been typing for forever.
Yeah, I just saw the typing,
it was like a paragraph. She was like,
I'm like, oh, wow, I got a novel.
I know.
Which is weird because Dan doesn't really text.
No.
So when he writes you a paragraph, you're like, oh, this is a book.
Here we go. Okay, I have so many thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my first thought is you guys use a Ouija board.
Yes.
Which is a scary thing to use.
It is kind of, yeah.
If you use it improperly.
If you use it wrong.
Told me that it's okay if you use it with respect and you know how to use it.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when they're kids, I'm sure it wasn't correct.
Definitely not a game.
Yeah, no, it's not a game.
So I wonder if you guys opened something when you used the Ouija board.
Maybe. I mean, that might be why Nick was there.
And Nick could have been a demon child.
Oh no.
Maybe. Okay. But we didn't really have any problems with Nick.
Stay with me.
You didn't have problems with Nick, though.
No, but...
What? Okay, keep going.
I think William used to, like, torture Nick.
No, I'm not going to
Okay.
So, okay, hold on.
You know how many people text me today? I hate black-eyed kids. Like...
What?
Oh, you'll get to it.
Yeah, her last topic.
It's really fucking spooky.
Oh, man.
Okay, so...
She's cursed.
I don't care. So... Okay.
It's the why.
What if, when you were speaking to William, who says, I work for the devil,
Nick
What?
was the devil?
No,
Oh.
let me finish.
Like little
like,
Nicky?
No. So what if, when you were talking to William through the Ouija board, it was really a different demon pretending to be William that you had accessed through the Ouija board
Maybe.
and was now allowed in.
Your screenwriter head is working right now.
You gotta write that.
You're
Creepy,
I mean, make
right?
that a thing.
Yeah, but that
I'll watch
you're
it all
what are
day.
you doing?
I'm
It's
thinking
possible, though.
things.
I mean, you never know. 'Cause,
Yeah, you
I
never
mean,
know.
When you're
Tanya's
playing,
just
playing, you're
her
not really
creative
playing.
brain.
But when you're using a Ouija board, like, you know, all kinds of weird things can happen.
I know part of me, since Nate knows how to use one respectfully now.
No, not here.
She-
No,
It's
not
like
here.
not
I
gonna
was
happen.
saying take it to the murder house.
I will go with you.
You won't?
I won't go near that thing.
A Ouija board?
I don't care if Nate knows how to use it. I
Okay,
just
that's
won't go
fine.
near it.
You know, I don't even think that they make, like, the original
Board
prints.
anymore.
Like, the normal...
Yeah.
It's always, like, that blue
like a
and
game.
pink and, like, glow-in-the-dark board now.
Oh, no.
Because it just got such a crazy stigma on it. So
Okay,
they're like, no,
we-
now
alright.
it's a game.
I'll respect that. We won't do it. I mean, he has
Wigs me out.
them
I can see why.
I used it
tattooed on
once.
his hands.
Yeah.
You did? When?
At Mary Claire Kilmer Lipinski's house.
You just said her whole ass name.
Yes.
Her whole
Leave it out.
last name.
It's a white
I
ass
don't even know what you're
name.
talking about.
But anyway, she had a crazy long name, and I always thought it was fun to say.
She's always said the full name since we were kids.
But we were at her house for a sleepover. I think it was her birthday or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember anything about it other than the fact that we used a Ouija board, and I was so spooked that I pretended I was sleeping the whole time.
No. Remember? No, you don't remember because you were asleep. But at one of
I
your
was always asleep. Maybe I was pretending.
one of your sleepovers, I convinced like half of the girls at your sleepover that your house was haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And
We also talked about this on the podcast.
yeah, it was pretty amazing.
I think episode 1.
Did I? Oh, I don't. Things are blending together now. It's fine.
I think you brought it up in one of the episodes about
Yeah.
how you convinced them all that you were a witch.
No, yeah, I mean that was way before that. I tried to convince people I was a
you
witch.
are.
Yes, but
You
I
just didn't know then.
didn't know then. But it was the sleepover we watched Nuts Napoleon, what we lovingly referred to it as. It was called Napoleon. It was a dog movie.
We were like 12.
And we were 12 and we were like, Nuts Napoleon!
Our idea of a really
Dumb.
funny joke.
And Tanya was asleep and I convinced them your house was haunted and she was trying to speak to us.
Who's she?
And we went like ghost hunting through your house in the middle of the night. We went upstairs
Yeah, it was a...
where we weren't supposed to go. So we were supposed to stay in the basement. And it's not that interesting of a story. I just convinced them your house was haunted. It definitely wasn't. What I wanted to ask you is what's like the experience you remember the most from what I lovingly refer to as the demon house, but the Lamont house. Do you remember when me and Mom came to pick you up? Because Nathan, he's going to say what he's going to say and correct us, but that is for sure a thing that happened because me and Mom came to pick you up. I think it was for one of our like Christmas traditions.
Mm-hmm.
And we called you because we could see the shadow running around the house. We told you not to come out of the house.
I like vaguely remember this.
And you said you tried to open the door and it slammed it shut and you couldn't get out of the house.
Oh my god! I'm
Do you
like,
not-
I feel like I don't really.
You don't
like,
remember that?
I don't.
Okay.
I think it's just one of those things that like left.
Left your, yeah.
With, you know, all
But
the
so
dues
many-
and whatever. But
Things happened in that house that I think it's likely that you were just like, it's just another day
that
Yeah.
could have been.
in this crazy
It
house.
could have been.
I mean, I think it's safe to say the worst was Alex's like experience.
Oh, he sleepwalk all the time, or he would sleepwalk all the time.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was like talking to whatever it was in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who are
Didn't
you
he
talking
say
to?
that like there was a man
Yeah.
that like was dressed in black and would come and stand at like the foot of his bed?
Yeah, like maybe because I mean it was a pretty small room, so the closet was like
Yeah.
right at the foot of his bed anyway. So he would like stand in the doorway.
Yeah. I know. I don't know if you remember
I know,
it,
creepy.
but I don't know if it's played telephone. Mom was the one that told me that man is who told Alex to go get a knife in the kitchen and stab you.
Yes, I do remember
Okay.
it being the man.
Okay.
Like at first,
so that's
I
the
didn't,
thing that happened.
But while I was listening, and I was like, no, there was a man,
Mhm.
and it was in the dream though.
Okay.
I think the man came in a dream, and that it wasn't a knife; it was a pair of scissors.
Okay.
And that I remember Mom telling me because it freaked us all out even
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
That
You were afraid
she
to sleep.
had the same dream.
Was it a man in a hat?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Because there is a very popular, I don't want to call it character, but I'm going to call it character for the sake of...
Lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a character that is a part of sleep paralysis and night terrors that is a man in a top hat who tells you to kill your family.
Oh.
Oh.
Do we think
That's
that
awesome.
maybe Alex had sleep paralysis?
Maybe.
He could have, because he did a
thinking
lot
about
of
it now.
things that he claims to have had no control over
Yeah.
in his dreams.
He did sleepwalk a whole lot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I was actually sitting there or not, or if this was just something that Nate told me after I'd gone to bed. But that Nathan was watching TV or playing video games, and Alex just, and I had seen it before, but this specific time, Alex just comes out down the hallway. He's walking to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like,
What you doing?
What are you doing? And he's just looking around. Didn't really say anything. And we were like, go back to bed.
Yeah.
Go, and he just turned around, went right back to bed. But
Yeah.
like going to the kitchen, where
Right.
all the sharp things are.
Oh, no.
I know we were all scared for a while after he said, like, oh, somebody told me to grab a knife and, or whatever and stab mommy, that we were all like, oh my God.
In my sleep. That he was supposed to do it in my sleep while I was sleeping.
We're going to lock that kid in the room.
Yeah, I know. It's
Oh my
like, how
God.
did you not lock him up? And
That was the thing, though, that like, because I remember Mom telling me about it, because she said that Alex came to her and told her while he was like there on a weekend or something one day, and that she had said, I had the exact same dream.
She didn't
Not
say
that
that
it
on
was
the
telling to
podcast. I don't know if
her,
she remembers that.
But that maybe it was just that maybe she had a dream that Alex had come to her,
Maybe.
or
and
that
said
someone had told her. It wasn't that the man came to her and was like, go kill Kristyn with scissors.
Yuck.
But I do remember her saying that, because that's what freaked me out the most. I was like, oh my God, both of you had this dream or some
crazy.
version of this dream. I don't want to die.
No, I know. I'm like,
Especially
okay.
by a pair of scissors in my sleep.
My
Please
6-year-old child is going to kill me in my sleep.
no.
No, horrible. But you guys did, like, you were way more into, like, Wiccan and stuff when you were living there, and maybe a little less educated about how to do it at that point.
I mean, maybe on my end, because
I mean, Nate admitted.
I was still kind of, I wasn't like weirded out by it. Like I was very much into it.
Right.
I grew up insanely religious, not me particularly, but my dad.
Yeah.
So I had like all that on me. So everything was evil,
Right.
But I was always like, ooh, witches and vampires and, dark stuff. Yay. But it was still, no offense, Jeremy, but for me, he'd get a little dramatic with it.
Got it.
He's gonna be texting me when he hears it.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell? I'm like, yeah. So sometimes when Jeremy would get a little dramatic about it, it would just kind of like turn me off.
Was he kind of like taunting a little bit?
It was everything.
Okay.
It just his overall everything was very movie like.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like extra. Yes, very extra.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
I mean, I wasn't like super, super into it then. Like I still had my like, oh, this is a little cheesy, whatever. But Jeremy for sure, and Dan was more into it then than I was, and Nate was getting into it then. So
there's just so many weird aspects of it.
Yeah.
That I don't want to keep talking about, because apparently, according to Nate, we got so much wrong. So I will discuss it with him. We can let him clarify.
Yeah.
But should we get into the tarot cards?
Yeah, let's get into it. What you've all been waiting for.
What you waiting?
Okay, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So I'm just going to have you play these for a minute.
Okay.
Look through them and
Yeah,
check
you
out
can
how pretty
share
they
them.
are and stuff. Shuffle them around a little bit, and then I'll shuffle them around too, because we want to make this very, you get the cards you get
I'll
for
come
a
over
reason.
here. So what do I do? I shuffle them?
Yeah, but I mean, just
I
look
like
through
that.
them and just kind of like try to,
Get a feel of
connect
them?
with them and
Okay.
let them get a feel for you. And I've only done a couple. I did a couple readings of myself, like we talked about earlier. We did one on Mom, and
Yeah. I'm a terrible shuffler.
so I mean, is
Do I shuffle them or do you shuffle
Oh,
them?
we're gonna do both.
Okay. Because
We're
I'm
gonna
not good
do
at
both.
this. I know you're like the queen of
Oh no,
shuffling.
I can't. These are huge.
Yeah.
And they're new, so I do the
True.
same thing that you're doing. So just whatever it is that you're looking for
Mm-hmm.
clarification on or whatever, just like think about that and shuffle until the person is like, oh, that's good.
Okay.
I feel connected to that amount of shuffling. Or whatever,
That amount of shuffling.
I'm sorry to anyone who actually is really good at this.
I'm sure.
I'm so not trying to butcher it. I'm just learning.
This is for fun.
Yes.
And
at
if
this
it's
point,
accurate,
it's for fun.
cool.
Yes. And they have been so far. Like all the ones I've done to myself, I'm like, oh my God, it's watching me.
If anybody regularly listens to this show, they know that we just take the piss out of everything.
Yeah, that we're not going for accuracy. We're going for entertainment.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
And if it happens to be accurate, then bonus points.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
Okay. So just be thinking about, what it is, and, call to your ancestors and your spirit guides.
Hail to the guardians of the watchtowers of the north.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we're
I
going
invoke
to
thee, Manon. Okay, I'm done.
I love that movie.
I know.
Nadia loves that movie too.
Yes.
She loves it.
Just the craft.
Yes.
Yes.
It's one of my faves.
I bind you, Nancy. Yes.
Bind you from doing harm. Harm against self and harm against others.
All right, we're doing all the craft.
Yes. So we are doing the bow spread.
Okay.
So the first one is the significator.
What's the significator?
There's like all kinds of.
Oh yeah.
It represents both the person asking the question and the issue itself.
Got it.
And then the second one is the bow. And the bow represents the point at which the skills of the inquirer can be focused to connect with the heart of the situation. So what is your focus on the issue? And the third one
Kristyn
is
said,
the
oh yes,
conscious
so,
limb.
Oh yes.
she said, oh yes, so knowingly.
Oh yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. And number 4 is your spiritual limb.
Wait, what was number 3?
Number 3 was the conscious limb.
Ah.
That represents the individual consciousness or analytical process at work. What do you think about the situation?
Okay.
So then number 4 was the spiritual limb, which represents the emotional or spiritual elements present in the reading. What you feel about the situation.
All right.
Number 5 is the string, because this is the bow. Looks like a bow and arrow.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
That represents the energy or the momentum of the situation, what drives the issue.
Oh, hey.
Oh, you got the guardian.
Oh, boy.
It'll be good. It's fine. That's
looks
the fletching.
fine. Yeah.
And that one represents the point of balance, enabling the energy of the reader or to interact with the energy of the reading, what guides the solution. And 7 is the arrowhead. What you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do?
The personal intent of the reader, which, aimed at the problem, becomes the powerful means by which they can come to terms with the issue at hand. What is the outcome?
Izzy.
What you gonna do about it?
Oh my God, our laundry door just opened seemingly on its own, but it was really just our assistant.
It was the assistant.
Izzy,
The kitty.
it's not time to do laundry. She wants attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we start with the indicator, which is the 9 of bows.
Respect.
Respect. So the description is the wild and fearsome woodswoe of the forest crosses your path, brandishing a rough-hewn bow. The woodswoe is linked to many ancient worldwide legends of large and hairy wild men of the forest.
Hey. Harry.
He challenges your dedication and courage to continue along a chosen path.
All right.
The meaning, when nearing the heart of the sacred quest, motivation and integrity of human desires are challenged. Ancient wisdom demands the seeker be humble and forgiving. Respect for others and for the environment is required to proceed along the path of enlightenment. There's no completion without overcoming the challenge.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Dope.
Okay, so then this was 2. Is that the ancestor?
Yeah, the ancestor.
All right, and this one has a position on the wheel, which I just read about today, which is still kind of like, whoa, in my brain, so that'll be something I have to really look over a bunch of times.
Yeah, no worries.
But it's placed at the nexus point between the passing of winter and the coming of spring. The ancestor stands in Imbolic, which falls on February 1st. She is associated with the new moon and the elements of air and earth. So the ancestor greets you as you walk up the path that leads to the forest. She's a creature of myth, half animal, half human, but carries a wand of wisdom and the drum that summons all who can hear to gather and watch the sunrise. The ancestor is blessed by the land and by the divine knowledge that flows from the stars. Her coat is of white winter fir and evergreen leaves. The gateway formed by the silver birch trees, this is also part of the description, on either side of the path marks the beginning of a new commitment and a point from which you cannot turn back. These trees act as a reminder to follow the path and know you are on a journey with a beginning and an end. The path is marked with tracks that lead you onward. The new moon signifies both an end and a beginning, as Venus, the bright morning star, shows the new dawn of hope. The ancestor is linked to part of our soul that is most ancient and most closely related to the archetypes that represent nature. She is a guardian of the sacred heart of the land and summons you by beating on her drum to the heartbeat of the earth.
Beat it, bitch. I'm into it.
Oh, yeah.
The world tree.
You got it.
That's a good one.
So basically, this card is just a big, awesome-looking tree with like this maze thing in the front of it, leading up to the tree.
We'll post a picture of my reading.
Yes, it will be cool. As the symbol of the conscious bridge between the living...
macrocosm.
There you go.
Yeah.
That one, macrocosm, and the inner universe of the human psyche, the world tree marks the end of one journey for the wanderer and the beginning of another. So here we go again with the beginning and end of things.
Are you going to go on The Bachelor?
I'm going on The Bachelor, guys!
So many journeys.
Starting a journey.
The wanderer began the journey around the wheel with the innocent and childlike curiosity, but a subtle growing process experienced on the way that has brought inner gifts of wisdom and awareness. The final step is to follow the path through the living maze and enter through the heart of the tree to become one with the wholeness of the universal mind.
All right.
Nothing is hidden, and no misleading or cunning diversions are set to lead the unaware of the path. But
Sorry.
I've had a little, but to gain access to the tree, one must walk the path and complete the journey.
Got it.
So no cutting straight through.
Got it.
Gotta
Can't
go.
cheat.
Gotta follow the maze.
Follow the maze.
Gotta follow the maze.
Got it. That's fair.
No cheating.
No! Don't touch my toe.
Good.
So we need
Which one?
4. This one.
This one. The moon on water.
Okay. In the image of the moon on water, there's no visible pathway for the traveler, and yet its reflective light illuminates a whole landscape. We stand at the edge of the watery marsh, representing the emotional state that holds all potential and creative energy within the human psyche, and are drawn to the horizon where moon meets earth beyond the barren trees. Beyond the flight of the sacred heron lies the fusion of the ancestral soul with the soul of the earth. Before us is the primal egg, submerged in the amniotic fluid of the world. Ooh,
Gross.
That's getting nasty.
It's getting gross.
Right.
Waiting for the creative impulse that begins the process of life. The aurochs horn?
Sure.
Sure, we'll go with that. That represents fertility as well as the horns of the waxing and waning moon. The shape of the horns and the head resemble the womb and fallopian tubes.
No.
Okay, this is getting...
No babies.
No
I don't know
babies.
nothing about birth and no babies. This is all about fertility. I don't like it.
It does seem to be.
Wait.
The moon on the water signifies the first steps beyond earthly awareness across the primal emotions void of creation.
But it could be symbolic of the birth of something.
It could
Okay.
be. Let's go with that.
Doesn't have to
We'll
be.
go with that.
Birth of something.
I was thinking that the whole time too. It's just, when it starts talking about
Fallopian
amniotic
tubes
fluid.
and amniotic fluid.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
it gets weird.
No babies.
Birth of something falls in line.
She also encompasses the dark moon aspects of fertility, sexuality, and
Are you going to get busy?
well as the irrational fear of creatures that are
One
associated with
noble.
night, such as fairies and demons and other hidden or unseen shapes of ancestral memory. So it might not have anything to do,
Okay.
With intercourse?
Yeah, might not have anything to do with it.
Or with babies? Oh. Okay.
I think it's the birth.
All right.
That one was
something.
interesting.
That one was interesting. It was.
Okay, moving on. What's this one? Is that the font?
This one is Page of Bows Stout.
Yeah.
You can just read what it means. I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like an otter.
That's what I thought. From here, I was like, is that
It looks like an otter on a branch with a waterfall. Page of Bows Stout.
Wow. Can I see it up close?
Otter.
Yeah, or badger.
Or it's not a freaking... Badgers have flat tails. I don't know how many times I've told what a badger looks like.
That's hilarious.
Now I just do it to piss you off.
What's she mean?
Okay. With a fierce hunting instinct and its ability to live underground, combined with the color change of its fur from white to red, and its black tail, the 3 sacred colors of the ancient world. The stoat has strong mystical links to the sovereignty of the land.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm adaptable. I don't know what that means.
So, as a person in your life, a charming and adventurous individual who may act as an ambassador, he or she can sometimes be overzealous. As a stranger who moves throughout your life, she may act as a catalyst for change. As a friend, she can go between who represents your interests. She can also be hasty and gullible.
Okay.
As an aspect or process, working your way up the ladder, learning to engage with life, devotion to an interest or hobby, being indiscriminate, and jumping into the thick of things.
All right.
As an event or happening, unexpected news, help from out of the blue, an opportunity to shine, a dream or a vision, strange or unsettling news.
Okay. Don't like that last bit, but there's other parts that work. So, all right.
Cool.
That's
Making
going in the
sense.
direction you want it to.
Making sense. So we're going to this creepy bitch now? The Guardian? Is that what's next?
Yes. The creepy bitch.
The creepy bitch. Yeah,
Yes.
we're looking at a skeleton that looks like it is screaming in a cave.
It's the death card in most other decks, but that does not mean bad things.
Death doesn't always mean actual death and dying, guys.
Yes.
Right.
It does not.
This is the How Awful card.
The How Awful card. Yes, we are renaming it.
You got a birth card.
I got a
and a
birth.
death card.
birth.
So.
Okay. There you go. True.
And death comes birth, right?
Right. Full circle.
The Guardian.
Okay. All right. Over the centuries.
Over the centuries, there have been much cynical manipulation of the concept of the devil for political, religious, and doctrinal purposes, leading to the demonizing of the complex pagan nature spirit.
F Donald Trump.
Yet the
What?
I don't know. He's just a devil. So many different. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. I agree.
Yeah.
Yet the primal role of such archetype is one of protection and initiation, and is the human link to the wilderness nature and fertility. Sorry.
No.
Sometimes manifested as fierceness, ecstasy, and sexuality.
Hey.
I'm telling you, who are you getting busy with?
I'm getting it. I don't know. I'm in quarantine.
Yeah.
But I'm getting it. Sorry, Mom.
Get it, girl.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Let's see. The Guardian stirs irrational fears from the muddy bottom of the human subconscious and fills the timid soul with foreboding. He is charged with the inhumane and unseen, feeding off fears and panic with the malevolent joy. But within the sardonic and the chaotic energy lies wisdom, courage, and strength.
Got it.
Ooh.
Human survival instincts are geared for fight or flight, yet we have learned to rationalize our darkest fears and deal with the unknown dangers with intellectual insight.
Rolling in the hallway.
So this is almost like my anxiety card.
Yeah.
Could be.
Interesting. Okay.
As we have evolved our understanding of the unknown, we have learned that no diabolical or supernatural force in the universe is as frightening as the human imagination.
Very true.
Ain't that the truth? I literally was driving today, and I don't remember what was giving me anxiety. Something gave me anxiety. And I literally thought to myself, that's just a thought. And it stopped.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I just can't get it to, stop. What was that again? The something of stones?
King of Stones Wolf is the last card.
That makes me think of the OA.
Oh. It is a wolfy wolf.
A wolfy
A
wolf.
wolfy wolf. He's on a snowy cliff, and he is wooing at the moon.
Howling.
He's wooing.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
So, revered as the ruthless tracker and hunter, the wolf has had a special symbolism for thousands of years and was the subject of ancient, whatever that is, stone carvings.
Sure.
Yep. Comfortable in the dark and the cold of winter, it is seen as a guardian of the dead on their journey through the night into the other world. So,
I'm dying?
No.
Okay.
Maybe it's your ancestors and your spirit guides.
True.
This says, so as a person in your life, an experienced and mature individual with a traditional mindset, steadfast, he or she, a secure and comfortable reliability in those around him or her. He is a natural businessman who understands both value and profit. As a friend, he can be relied upon to keep promises or be a good financial advisor. He can also be blunt, possessive, and vulgar, given to gluttony.
Don't notice, bitch.
Like gasp.
Who is this man?
As an aspect or process, you may need to appreciate the good things in life, learn to handle money, cocoon yourself in the outside influences.
Wow. They just said, control your spending, bitch.
As an event or happening, an estate or land, conversation or sponsorship. Hey.
Sponsor us.
Good health and financial support.
Okay.
AKA
So
become a
it
patron.
could have been any one of those things. It might not have been telling you to not spend money.
Interesting.
Maybe it's telling you guys are going to get picked up and all these sponsors and have lots of money.
Yeah. Or we're just going to get a ton of Patreons.
Something like that. Yeah.
Patreon.com/howawfulpodcast.
Do I say what my intention was?
I mean, that is like totally up to you because that's.
I think that makes the reading more
thing.
interesting.
Sure, I mean, if everybody knows what it was that you.
I'll be vague, but I'm on a new career path and wondering if it was the right move to make. And I think a lot of those cards are telling me it's gonna be hard, but stick with it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the right thing to do.
And that last one was all about
financial gain.
Yes.
Exactly. So I think it's telling me if I keep doing what I'm planning to do, I'm gonna be a rich bitch.
Even though it's gonna be hard, yeah.
It's gonna be hard, and my anxiety is gonna get in the way of that stinking guardian card.
Yeah. Maybe.
And I'm gonna doubt myself, and I'm gonna want to try and take a shortcut.
No shortcuts.
If I follow the path and stick to my motivation, I'm gonna be rich. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I love
Tanya's turn.
It'll help you. Anytime you're feeling doubt or anything, be like, don't let me take shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
Oh, here she goes.
Woohoo! Okay, so you look through. Let him kind of get a feel for you.
So I just look at the cards?
Yeah, you can look at him. You're kind of getting and giving energy.
What? No.
She's giving it all the energy.
Take it seriously.
I'm blowing on it.
All right.
I'm giving it my breath. That's the most important thing I have.
Oh my god.
You can shuffle them around a little.
I
And...
love this one. King of Arrows. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is the green man and the green woman.
My intention while doing that was to ask about, if I'm on the right path, but part of me was like, and if you've got any love in there, and then you threw out all those fertility crap.
Yeah.
And no.
I mean, maybe that was just talking about,
birthing
the birthing of a
life.
new career.
Because I don't want to birth no babies.
Yeah.
So
It's rough. All right. Number one.
The 8 of Vessels. Rebirth.
And then 2.
4 of Vessels. Boredom.
boredom. That's what it says.
Oh, you've got the mirror. The Ace of Arrows. The breath of life.
Tanya's gonna get
Breathing
pregnant.
life into
Remember when I
things.
breathed on it?
You did. Oh.
She's like, aha, snap.
Snap.
3 of Bows. Fulfillment.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
The 6 of Arrows. Transition.
Trying to guess what your question was.
Ace of Stones. The foundation of life. And a couple Ace
The
of Stones.
foundation of
No, I
life.
All right.
All right.
Okay. So
Tanya.
number 1, it is the 8 of Vessels.
Tell me what that card looks like, Tanya.
Rebirth.
It looks like a big bowl with little bowls.
A big bowl of little bowls?
Yep, but in a pot and like a beautiful waterfall.
Okay. Big bowl with little bowls and a beautiful waterfall. That's the card.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
It means what?
So, the meaning, according to the book, is By looking at the past, acknowledging our mistakes, and learning from them, we grow and attain new wisdom. The future awaits to be unfolded by our positive action as we become the 8th vessel and receive powerful, rejuvenating energies of rebirth. The 4 vessels. We've got lots of vessels.
So many
He's all
vessels
about the
for Tanya.
vessels.
Well, I'm literally a vessel.
Indeed.
Are you the Lord's vessel?
No, I'm Moosh's vessel.
Okay.
I speak for Moosh. Right, Moosh?
He's like,
Yep. Boop. All right. You want to describe it?
What-
When
wait,
it looks
what's
all
this card?
pretty and stuff? It's very
Which
pretty.
one are we? The 4 vessels?
Yes.
Boredom.
Yeah.
Is a lady with beautiful long red hair and a green dress, and she is lounging boredly.
Yes. She does look very bored.
Bitch is bored.
So lethargy and laziness, locking an individual in a cycle of wasted energy while all around is the source of inspiration waiting there for the taking.
Ah.
The sickness of the soul.
Oh. Sorry, Tanya. You're bored.
Maybe it's just like the changing of job situation. You know, you're just
Yeah.
closing up a thing right now. So
If she asked what I think she asked, this could make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's
Feeling
good.
a bit of stillness.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Not bad thing.
No,
Not a bad
still-
thing.
I'm like,
no.
I kind of
It
felt
makes
bad
sense.
reading that.
No. I will comment on that after I have a
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
on that.
Rock on.
I saw it register with you,
Yeah.
so I knew
She's
it was
like,
something.
yes, I know what this is. All right, so we need this one.
This
Oh,
is
the
fun.
mirror. I'm glad you're liking it. I love doing this, even though I don't really
This-
know what I'm doing.
This is a sexy octopus mermaid.
Yes, it is a very pretty card.
She has tentacles.
She does.
She's not a normal mermaid.
You're not showing me any of these cards. You're just telling
like,
me.
show me.
Show me,
Let me
bitch.
see the
Oh,
card.
here.
You can pick them up, yeah.
This is the one with the bowls.
Balls.
And a what pretty
I heard
waterfall.
balls.
Big balls, little balls,
Balls.
waterfalls.
This is the bored pretty lady.
She bored and she pretty.
And this is the sexy octopus mermaid.
That is an accurate portrayal. She kind of looks like Ursula.
See, I'm
A
really
little-
good at describing
yeah,
these
she's
cards.
really good.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
know. But if you saw them, which you
That's
will,
exactly.
you'll know what I mean.
All right, what does it mean?
All right. In many traditions, the initiator into hidden knowledge is a female figure that reveals insight and wisdom to those on a spiritual sojourn.
It's me. I'm your spiritual guide.
Let's see. In ancient cycles, this is Morgan, who takes Arthur on his journey into limbo and healing on the island of Avalon. The Lady of the Lake is another such primal figure who also acts as a holder and guardian of the sword Excalibur and the arbiter of Arthur's actions.
Cool.
Both these archetypes represent the unconscious journey of the soul into deeper awareness and wisdom. No act of will can make the soul take this journey. It can only happen after much searching and questioning. It is also precondition of this experience that some kind of wounding has taken place. It is through the pain and endurance of the wounding that wisdom comes, at which point the individual can cross the lake to the island of healing for protection.
So,
I mean, if we're going off of Arthur, I would take it as Arthur didn't know his true calling until he was able to dislodge Excalibur.
Arthur's
Yes.
also my grandfather's name.
That's true.
Arthur.
Maybe he's your spirit
awesome.
guide,
Oh, yeah.
and
Interesting.
he's leading you to healing.
That would be very weird because he didn't strike me as that type, but I will take
You
it.
never know.
No, you never know.
I never met him. So.
It's true. I'm telling you, I'm taking you to a medium.
I think Jacqueline is my spirit guide because Jacqueline and I look exactly the same.
Yeah,
Really?
she
My
looks
father's
exactly like her grandma.
Oh, that's
I never
so
met
cool.
her, but we look like.
I mean, they
identical.
both can be. It's not like you just have one,
Yeah.
you know.
And here's a creepy story to just sidebar. When I was conceived
Yeah. In Vegas.
in Vegas,
Woo.
my mom woke up to what she thought was someone sitting on the bed in the middle of the night. And when she opened her eyes, she was like, Jackie? Which was
Oh my
my dad's
God.
mom's name, who had passed away recently.
Oh,
And then they later found out that my mom was pregnant, and my grandma had passed away earlier, like the year before. And then I was born the following year, and I look exactly like her. And strangely, my cousin Patrick was born right after my grandfather passed away.
He looks like Arthur.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Him and I also look exactly alike.
Yeah?
Like,
Yeah, they look like siblings more than cousins.
Oh.
The Ace of Arrows, the Breath of Life. Remember when I breathed on my cards?
You did. Oh my God, that's the second
I was
one.
looking for the breath of life.
This looks like...
A strange and heavenly light.
The Ace of Arrows, you said?
Yeah, it looks like a UFO landing with an arrow pointing towards it. And an angel floating away from it all.
Show me.
Like a genie.
A genie in a bottle, baby. Oh man, I don't know how you described that. Okay.
But you know,
Yeah.
it made sense, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
See? Looks like a butt.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's
Like
smoke.
a butt?
Yeah, it's smoke.
Not an angel. This is
Fiber.
smoke. Okay. Sorry. Not an
funny.
angel. Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's
No.
see. The Uffington Chalk Hill figure breathes the vitality of life, a renewal of vitality combined with knowledge of where you wish to be and how you wish to get there. It is the belief that if you stand on the eye of the Uffington House white horse, and make a wish, you will gain wisdom and your wish will come true.
We gotta find a white horse.
Harry?
Maybe Nikki knows.
Harry?
He's a white horse. Is it because he has a big penis?
He's white?
And a horse?
Yeah, and his name
Well, I
starts
mean, that depends on, if you're
Yeah.
naming things.
Yeah.
with, his name starts with an H.
There you go, Harry.
Horse.
The
All right, fine, whatever.
Harry's
You want to
like a
stand on
horse?
Harry?
Sure.
Where is this going?
All right.
It's going all
I like
over
that.
the place. What's the middle one?
Okay, this one is 3 of Bows,
3 of Bows.
Fulfillment.
All right.
And it is Taylor Swift from Folklore.
Yeah, folklore. But no, that looks like Evermore.
Oh yeah, Evermore. This is for like Willow.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
But in blue.
Okay.
With this beautiful tree behind her
Like a
and sticks.
willow.
And she's
Love
holding
the
an
tree.
arrow.
Love the tree.
Or a bow.
Yeah, that's an accurate portrayal.
She's holding a bow. Yeah.
You're very good at this. I like it.
I just try and explain it in ways that our listeners will understand.
Yeah, of course.
They know how ridiculous I am. So
All right, so this meaning is nourishment from the spiritual source gives inner security and joy. Goals and desires are reached, making life rich and with emotional scrutiny and a sense of completion.
We gonna be rich.
make it rain,
I was just gonna.
He's back there.
Make it burn.
All right, cool.
The last one back there.
All right.
Not the last one, but the
Second to last one.
Second to last one.
6 of Arrows. Transition. This is a dope-ass pirate ship.
Dope ass
pirate ship.
That's, has a swan for a bow and maybe a Grim Reaper
What?
piloting it. Oh, God.
What?
Oh, it does look Grim Reaper.
Yeah, that's pretty dead on.
Yep.
She did it again,
It's
guys.
a nice wicked moon back there, too.
Yeah, full moon.
So, movement towards new possibilities or cycle within your own personality or thought process. A subconscious impulse to travel beyond your present horizons that have become static. Possibly an anxious or testing time of uncertainty, but harnessing positive energies and drives will add purposeful momentum to the coming changes.
That card
This
sounds
is like a whole
me.
lot of like...
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Anxious, but like with a lot of positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And drive towards your goals.
That's very me.
Yeah.
And now we have the Ace of Stones, the foundation of life.
Oh, what does she look like, Tanya?
Oh.
Stumped.
Literally a cone-shaped stump.
Yeah.
With designs
Accurate.
on it.
With
Accurate.
designs on it? Yeah, that's a
Yes.
cone-shaped stump with some designs on it. Damn, all right.
So this is the most potent act of the mind, is to conceive an idea and manifest it into practical material reality.
Literally what I do for a living.
Yeah. This means being able to formulate and marshal your thoughts to bring about the real world change or transmutation of a wish, dream, desire, making it physically happen.
Yeah. That's crazy. Because I know what you asked.
No.
I'm excited to hear
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Come over.
Here I come.
I'll move her assistant.
Oh.
Okay.
She was doing her job by keeping my seat warm.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
She was-
So, B probably knows, but
Yeah.
And I've talked about this on the show before about how recently I've been diving into trying to produce my own projects.
Mm-hmm.
And my original goal in life was always to direct, or write and direct, which is still a future goal. But I was kind of
Future Greta Gerwig.
Yeah, but I was kind of like, I wonder if maybe I'm going to use the skills that I have with people and connecting people to try and produce, because a lot of that is just connections and charm and personality and making sure that you can access the things that you need in order to produce a story.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm going to try that. And I've kind of been like, am I doing that out of fear or am I doing that out of purpose?
And that just validated you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Nice,
that was cool.
Tanya. That was
For
awesome.
sure.
And the boredom thing is definitely something that I struggle with is time.
Yeah.
Time is something that gives me a lot of anxiety.
Same.
The passage of time, the lack of time.
Yeah. I feel like time and money are both the same evil.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always fighting the clock.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting thing that got in there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fighting the clock to like get stuff done, so I'm not just sitting here waiting for things to start happening.
Yeah.
That was a really interesting reading for you. Yeah.
That's so awesome how both of those turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
They were
for
both
that.
validating.
Thank
I
you
feel
for
good
letting me
after
do it.
that. I feel like I'm going to purchase my classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Thank you, Kristyn.
Yeah. Thank you,
No
Chris.
problem, guys. Thanks for letting me do it. I mean, with my
Hey,
lack
we're all
of
learning.
knowledge of how to even do any of this.
We're learning how to podcast. You're learning how to tarot read.
I am.
We're all learning.
I hope to
We're
make
not
this my
judging.
job someday.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
It would be super awesome.
I think the thing
I love
about
it.
tarot that I find, and I have since found very interesting is it really is a matter of how you perceive it.
Mm-hmm.
I think,
For sure.
and it is in a way a form of therapy. I
Yeah.
think it is very therapeutic, and I think it's very eye-opening and validating for yourself. Like, I don't know if that those cards were of that intent, but for me they were.
That's what they were for you. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
Those cards could have been completely different for someone else.
totally.
Right.
You know.
If I had sat there if my question had been, will I have a family? Those cards would have changed completely for
Sure.
me.
So I find that very beautiful, and that's why I'm mostly thankful for you doing that for us.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that it's a nice opportunity to self-reflect and to self-validate a little bit. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So if you have an opportunity to get your tarot cards read, you guys should do it.
That was really
You should
fun.
totally do it.
It's not scary.
Every
it's not
reading I've done
your
on myself
future.
has been like very, very accurate. I
Yeah.
even did a couple on myself today, just like quick pulls and
Mm-hmm.
like the first one I wasn't like, I mean, and it was still even kind of in with the second one. When I was shuffling and stuff, I just wasn't really thinking about it. So I did it again. I needed to make sure super accurate.
It made sense to you.
Yeah.
That's great.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. Yay. I've always wanted to have that done. I'm happy the first time it was done was my SISTA.
Yes.
We definitely didn't do anything too awful today. That was pretty wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's my
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah,
your
what's your how wonderful?
Being here.
Aw.
Yeah.
With you guys, I haven't seen you guys in forever.
It's very true.
First time in California. First time of seeing all of the things that you guys have shown me.
We've shook her everywhere. We've been
Everywhere.
to Malibu. She's been to
Yes.
Venice.
Venice was
Been to Beverly
awesome
Hills.
and creepy all at the same time, but
Yeah.
I could spend all day there. Once
Just
COVID's
people
not
watching.
a thing.
People watching? Yeah.
Exactly.
People watching was amazing, and I love people watching. And the hike was amazing.
yeah.
Oh my god, those views were just ridiculous.
Unreal. What's
Well.
your wonderful?
With Chris being here, it's made us be more active,
Mhm.
but still, like, it's opened us up to why haven't we been doing these type of stuff in COVID time?
Yeah, because
we
we
had
didn't
definitely
do
not been
anything
around
that was
people.
too
No,
COVID-y,
no. We went and I had lunch by the beach at a little picnic table that no one else was around for.
And we fed a little bird.
Yeah, we fed little birds. She went on a hike. We
We
did
were
our
telling
little
the other birds not to shit on us as they flew over.
Exactly. Birds kept flying over us. We're like, don't shit!
Don't shit.
The entire time.
Not here.
You guys went on a hike. We did our little, self-contained car tour around LA.
So fun.
I got to revisit places that I haven't even been to in a really long time. And it just, like I told you in the car the other day, It made me re-grateful for LA, and it made me miss LA.
Tanya said the same thing.
Yeah, and I can't
seriously the same thing.
I can't wait to be with LA again because it's a great place. When you're with the right people, it can be the best town in the world. Mm-hmm. So thank you for making me re-fall in love with where I live.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, President Joseph Biden today announced that.
What Uncle Joe do?
That vaccinations will be available to all adults starting in May instead of
June.
Instead of July, 2 months earlier than he originally projected. So
we're holding you to it, Uncle Joe.
We're still piggybacking off of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
The light
LA, we're coming for you this summer.
Is coming. The light is coming.
Light is coming to get back everything the darkness stole.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, Ariana Grande.
Thank you.
That's funny.
But yeah, I would say that's pretty darn wonderful.
That's your wonderful? Vaccines are coming?
That Solstice Canyon hike that we did was bomb.
Oh, it really was. My God.
It was my first time doing it too, so it was a really fun experience to do something new together. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys forgot, we pulled it last time, but our topics for next week's episode, I have demonic possessions. You have
haunted artifacts
for the first time.
Oh.
So I did my research today. I'm all done.
Me too. High five.
Sweet.
We did it. So that's coming next week. Yeah. And we like to give our guests a moment to plug themselves. Kristyn, where can they find you? And what do you do?
Well, currently, I guess I do acrylic pours.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
I do some resin jewelry and a little bit of photography here and there.
I'm still, seriously, if you are bored at looking at your plain old ceiling fans, get in touch with Kristyn. Send her your ceiling fans.
Yeah,
she
just
will
give me the
resin
blades.
pour
I don't
them.
need the whole thing. Just send the blades.
They will be so cool. Yeah, just the blades. She just unscrew the blades. You pack them up. You send them to Kristyn.
Yep.
She makes them cool as shit.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, where can they find you?
Let's see. I am at...
Her Instagram is Through My Eyes Photo Creations.
Yep. And then they're on Facebook, it is Through My Eyes Art Creations.
And on TikTok, it's what? It's TME.
It's TME Arts Creations, I believe.
That's the one thing we don't have.
What?
Yes, TME Art Creations on TikTok.
Perfect.
We don't have a TikTok.
I know. I don't know how to do it.
We should.
I'll have Nadia teach you.
Thank you. I
because
need my
Nadia's
12-year-old
teaching
niece
me,
to show
right?
me.
Oh,
More
man.
old, man.
My posts are currently all of being here.
I love it.
But they're further down. If you scroll down on my TikTok, there's some jewelry and some coasters and things.
We will post all of her ads on our Instagram.
Yeah.
Once this episode goes live, so you guys can find her, check out her art, maybe
and then
purchase
eventually
some
I'll be
jewelry.
adding tarot readings.
Exactly.
Yes.
So first, you need to know where you can find us.
Yep. You can find us at www.howawfulpodcast.com. We are on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at How Awful Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube if you search How Awful Podcast, where you will find transcribed episodes for all of your hard of hearing friends. You can
the first 70 at least.
Yeah, we're gonna catch up. I'm gonna be unemployed for a little bit, so I'll catch up. You can also find our Patreon, which is patreon.com/howawfulpodcast, where we'll be adding special goodies for our patron-only friends and family.
Give us money.
We've had several new ones.
We have.
That's amazing.
So thanks,
really
guys.
Cool.
Thanks for your money. You're listening.
Yeah, and thanks for being a part of our family. So that's awesome. You can also email us at
No, here we go again. You can email us at gmail.com.
You can email us at howawfulpodcast@gmail.com. Tell us your personal stories. We want to hear them all, and we want to shout them out on the show. We did have one that came through today, but I didn't have time to read it.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did. So we'll have to take a look. It was really long.
Oh, okay.
Which is awesome, but I didn't have time to look through it from our friend Lizzie.
Good.
Yes.
She listened to our bullying and she sent it in. Good. We like to hear it.
I think
Sophie,
yes, thank you. From Lizzie and Sophie. So thank you for that. We will look into that probably for the next show.
Absolutely.
What else?
I got nothing. That's all of them.
That's all of it.
You said it all.
Also, please remember to
tip
rate
your
us.
waiter? Oh.
No.
Yeah, tip your waiter. That's what it is. Rate us, review us.
You should do that. You should absolutely do that.
Yeah, give us a shout.
20%, don't be cheap.
Even if you're just doing carry out.
Yeah.
Tip the waiter.
Ugh.
Someone had to put your order together.
Yep.
Guys.
PSA. What?
This was a blast. I'm running out of battery.
Oh, she's running out of battery. We gotta say goodnight.
I had a blast. It was awesome.
Thanks, Kristyn.
Thanks, guys.
So we like to end the show. I say, I've been Tanya Lee.
I've been B.
I'm Kristyn.
Yay!
And we are Kristyn.
What?
What are we?
Oh, you're how awful.
Yeah!
Avo, if you wanna go out, you gotta show them how. Cocaine. Why? As always, we've been B and Tanya Lee. Our logo was created by MJ Savard, and our theme music courtesy of Nikki Lou.